Holy smokes, I think I got it. I had to restart my phone, everybody. So, yeah, that took forever. Sorry for that. Holy smokes, I think I got it. Yay, Becky. I'm so glad you found me. So, yeah, that took forever. Sorry for that. Thank you for joining, Barbara. I'm glad you guys are finding me. Hey, Mimi. Yay, Becky. I'm so glad you found me. All right, so we're going to do chakras today. I have this nice yoga practice planned out for us and then had technical issues. And you see that I continue to, you see a little bit more of the house each time. I moved all the furniture around. And so where I normally teach, there's a bunch of stuff. And then I was going to teach in my living room, which is in the room next to me. But Taylor's about to get his online classes, and I didn't want to be loud and him be in this conference call and, you know, hearing me talk and going home in the other room and people be like, what's going on at your house, buddy? Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Barbara. The other reason why I have it turned this way is we're doing chakras today, and I have this tapestry that hangs in my yoga studio at the house, and I wanted it to be in the background, but didn't want to take it down to put it on some other wall. And I have notes, lots of notes, and I am trying to get those out for you so that we can get started and everybody can sign in. Good morning, Valerie. Nice to see you. Here they are. So, like I said, we're going to work on chakras today. And we're going to do a yoga practice that goes with the chakras. I think this makes 21 days. So, 3 weeks I've been doing this from home, no repeats. Yes. So, I wanted to try to do something a little different each day. And we haven't done anything with the chakras. And that's so that we make sure that we hit our energy centers in the body. Liz, I am so glad to see you back. I hope you're feeling better. All right. Everybody's checking in. It's nice to see everybody. I have my coffee. Oh, you might not have been having trouble. I think that it was me having trouble. My phone was locked in the upright position and I'd start the video and have to stop it, start it, stop it, start it, stop it. And so it was probably me, not you. I had to restart my phone. All right. Yay. All right, well, I don't want to keep you guys too long because it's already 9:12 because of technical difficulties. So I'm going to put the Do Not Disturb on the outside of the studio, and we're going to get started. You shouldn't need any props unless you have sensitive knees. A lot of it is the same type of practice we normally do, but I'm going to let you know which poses are affecting what chakras. So we're going to get started. Put this Do Not Disturb sign on. All right, and I put Parker in another room so he won't bark at the neighbors. So let's talk a little bit about chakras. What are chakras? Chakras are energy centers. So we already have nerve ganglia in our body. And people who don't believe in chakras and energy and woo-woo or whatever, they can't deny that we have nervous impulses that are sent through nerves. You can't see the impulse, it's there, so it's energetically there, and also they can see force fields around us. We're kind of like a chemical battery. So that being said, the whole premise of Ayurvedic medicine and Chinese medicine is to try to align that energy, because it gets off sometimes, kind of like my phone where I had to reset it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do this yoga posture, but we're going to change the intention. So what we normally do, let's say for our camel posture, and we're lifting up and we're opening through the chest, we could still be working on that heart chakra. And so we can try to open in there, have good communications and that. So I'll go through what each one does and which posture helps with that. But we're going to get set. Good morning, Peggy. We're going to settle in. We're going to feel those sits bones. We're going to settle. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Sorry that my books are a little... This too shall pass. All right. We're going to let that right ear go to right shoulder. Settling in. Left ear, left shoulder. And back to the center. We feel those sits bones press on the floor. And just sitting can activate that root chakra. That's that base chakra, Muladhara chakra. But we don't even want to get that far. We just want to feel comfortable in a seated position. We want to have a straight spine. We want to be aware of our breath. Nice, full inhale and exhale. And then from here we let right ear, right shoulder. And then left ear, left shoulder. And back to the center. Smiling. Setting that intention, dedicating the practice and being aware of the breath. We open the eyes, lace the fingers together, pressing out and up. Nice big stretch here, opening through the heart, lifting pelvic floor. Let the throat open. We're going to turn to the right. Tall spine. Nice full breath. We're going to let that left shoulder slowly drop as the right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Back to the center. Hands come out and up. And turn to the left. Tall spine. Find your breath. We talked about that a little yesterday if you're following me daily. We worked on pranayama yesterday and I uploaded that video to YouTube if you missed it. And we only covered 3 breaths. Your normal easy breath, but just giving it an intention. We worked on Dirga breathing, or 3-part breath, belly breath, and Ujjayi. And you can apply any of those to the practice you're doing here. Right shoulder comes down. Left hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Amanda. Oh my goodness, it's nice to see you. Back to the center. And Marty. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can lengthen out through the crown of the head. We feel the sits bones pressing down. Lengthening through the crown of the head. We feel that lower back start to stretch, depending on what we did over the weekend. It's funny how we just kind of starting to lose track of days staying home. And I have to have my phone remind me. But it still feels like Monday in the body because I took a softer practice yesterday. And then slowly we're going to come up. We're going to change the cross of those legs. Now, all of these postures that we're doing here, they would count as some work that you would do for that first chakra, the root chakra. So the root chakra is that center of safety, feeling like you belong and you have a place. And it's that Maslow's hierarchy of needs where if you don't know where your next meal's coming from or where you're going to sleep or having any security, how are you going to move towards enlightenment or increase your awareness? It's not going to happen, right? So you see people living in this survival instinctual mode, especially right now, right? People overeating and we're all doing that for comfort. Well, that's all that first chakra. So we're sitting on that space because it's right in the base of the pelvic, and we're going to lift that pelvic floor. You hear me say mula bandha all the time. It's because of that area. So we're going to lift. We're going to let that right arm come down and stretch. But we still want to try to stay connected through the sits bones. Nice stretch here, opening through side body, through the waistline, through the rib cage, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hand slowly comes up. Bend at the elbow. Twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And slowly we're going to come back up. Left arm comes down. Right arm reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right arm comes up. Bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And up. Hands come behind, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly, we're going to come forward, lift those hands up. Nice full breath. So, working on that root chakra just by sitting on the sits bone, sitting and feeling connected. Hands come down and up. Now the color associated with Muladhara chakra is red. We're going to put the backs of the hands together. Nice big stretch here. And gently release. Just check in with the neck. Right ear, right shoulder. And left ear, left shoulder. And back to the center. We're going to put the bottoms of the feet together and start to fold forward. Nice work here. We feel the hips start to wake up. It's another reason why I really like to start our practice, for those of you who come to my classes weekly, seated. Because we really feel that chance to connect. We kind of warm up and let our mind get into the practice, get onto the mat. You can get grounded through the feet as well, but from a chakra standpoint, this starting on your bottom really helps. And then we're going to slowly come up. So we're going to change this practice up a little bit. And we're going to now just slide back into a comfortable seated position. Now notice that I kind of didn't stack, and I didn't, stack my ankles. I just have both feet on the floor. We're going to start to move up to the second chakra, and that's Sacral Chakra. And so you'll see it behind me, the orange one right there. And so that one is your center of sexuality, but passion for a cause, passion, not just a lover's kind of passion, and creativity. And that's sitting right in here, right? And so we want to try to start moving that area. So we're going to let the belly come forward and back. So it's very much like cat and cow, but we happen to do it seated because we're trying to build that energy up, right? So we're going to let the belly come forward and back. Forward and back. Think about your belly button moving forward and back. So forward, back, forward, back. One more time here. Forward, back. Last time. Forward, back. Align the spine. Nice work. Now, from here, we're going to start to do a nice, I call it stirring the pot, circular motion. So we're going to try to come way forward and back. Again, trying to work in that area. But what's so nice is it works that first chakra too, because as you're moving this area, you feel the weight in the sits bones. So you have that awareness. Now keep in mind, these are energetic fields. If you don't believe in that kind of stuff, we're still working muscles. You're going to be fine. And we come back to the front and we're going to change direction. Feeling that work. Feeling opening through the side. Good morning, Mom. Nice rotation here. And finally, we're going to get to the front and we're going to stop and come up. So we're still trying to work in this area, but we're going to also start to move up into this third chakra, and that's yellow, and that's your center of your power, your confidence, your self-worth. And it's in the solar plexus area, which is typically hard to get to other than twists. And we're trying to pull that energy up before we even make it to our feet. So we're going to put those hands on the shoulders, fingertips are forward. And we're just going to start to do this little shake. Nice full breath here. Three, 4, and 5. And gently release. Let those shoulders kind of come up and back. And up and back. And let's give that a little bit of a break. Let's extend those legs out. Do this little bounce here. Slowly lean forward, lengthening out. Grab those feet. Nice long stretch. Good morning, Celeste. So we lengthen through the crown of the head. We hollow out the belly. We're lifting pelvic floor. Letting that back really soften into the Monday. And then slowly, we're going to come up. Right leg comes over that left and leaning in. So keep in mind, sits bones still touching the floor, feeling connected, rooted. So that's first chakra, right? We're going to lift pelvic floor, hollow out the belly, so that active hollowing out is trying to stimulate second chakra. So we're going to hit the third one as we come up. Foot comes next to the knee. We're going to twist. Tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly come back to the center And we're going to grab that foot and rock it out. Nice work here. Feels good releasing that hip. Depends on how many Netflix binges you've been doing. 3, 4, 5. And we're put the bow. I like this location better. Lovely as always. Oh, thank you. And this foot in, right hand behind. Press down to come up and lengthen through the side body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly let that booty come right back down. We're going to take that right foot, place it on the thigh, and then slowly start to bring that foot up and place. So maybe this is what you've got today. Maybe your hip's like, eh. Maybe you can bring it down. Tall spine, opening through side body. Try to sit up straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. We're going to extend those legs out. Nice little bounce here. Let's try the other side. Left leg comes over, leaning in. Nice long stretch. 1, 2. Good morning, Mary. 3, 4, 5. As we come up, we're going to bring that foot next to the thigh. We're going to rotate to the left. Tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back to the center. Grab the foot, rock it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to take that foot and place it on the inside of the thigh. We're going to take the left hand, place it behind, press and come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that butt comes right back down. We're going to take that left foot and place it into the right thigh. And bring that right knee up. Left knee comes down. Tall spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm glad you found me, Mary. And gently release and bounce. Forward folding. Balancing it all out. And gently release. Let's make that little rotation and lay down here and work on our back bodies. So we're going to pull those knees in, roll back, and a nice little rock from side to side. We're going to let those arms come out to the side. We're going to drop the knees to the left. Nice rotation. 1. Now this would count as working third chakra because it's a twist. So remember, that's the willpower. That's yellow. That's your self-worth. And we're going to see if maybe we can extend that right foot and put it into that left hand, feeling that work through right hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release. Bring those knees back to the center. Drop them to the right. And we're going to extend that left foot out and put it in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And gently release. Bring those knees back to the center. So we're going to take those feet, put them up. Happy baby. Now this would still kind of count as a root chakra posture. It's also going to work for that second chakra because of the sacral, the way you're pressing on the back. Nice work here. We're going to see if we can start by bringing right heel in towards right, or into the chin. And then we're going to see if maybe we can extend the leg out to the right. Feel that stretch in the leg. Let's see if we can do the other side. So we're going to bring that left foot into the chin. And then that left foot out to the side. And then you're going to bring that back in. Gently release, crossing those legs, pulling those ankles down and up towards armpits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And change the cross. Ankles come down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gently release. We're going to put the bottoms of those feet flat on the floor. We're going to slowly start to press through those feet and lift the hips. Now lifting those hips, that's great. We're opening through the front of the chest. Now I know logically in our mind we would be working from first chakra to sixth chakra. But with this particular posture, we have this compression here in the throat. So we kind of skip over 4, which is the heart, moving to 5. And so we have this throat. We have this compression here. This would work the same as if you were in shoulder stand, but this movement's going to help stimulate that 5th chakra. And that's our communication skills, not just our speaking, but how we communicate with others and healthy boundaries. All that comes from that 5th chakra. 3, 4, keep those legs nice and parallel. Where's your breathing? And 5, slowly start to roll down. And we're going to windshield wiper those legs. Now from here we're going to pull those knees in, we're going to cross at the ankles and see if we can't roll up a little bit and then over onto hands and knees. Good morning, Kathleen. We're going to let that spine rotate up. We're just getting accustomed to being on hands and knees, and that transition takes longer for some than others. And so if you want to add a blanket here, you can. Or just let that spine come up and down. You can curl the toes under or leave them flat. And this is going to help work through that 2nd chakra, which is orange, the Sacral Chakra, that's your creativity. And the 3rd, which is your willpower and self-worth, which is yellow at the solar plexus. So keep in mind, not just one pose will affect you. It's kind of like you can't just move one muscle on your own. You'll move a bunch of muscles. And from there, we're going to slowly come up onto the knees because we want to start targeting the heart. And to target the heart, we're going to do thoracic movement. So you can leave your feet like this, but if you feel like your feet are going to cramp, you can turn those toes under and put the hands on the hip. Pushing those hips forward, turning the heart up, looking up at the sky, and 1, 2, really lift at the chest, lift, lift, lift. 3, 4, 5. Contract the belly, looking down. Let's try this again. We're going to slowly lift that pelvic floor, hollow out the belly, push the hips forward, lengthen, 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 open that heart up towards the sky. Find your breath. The throat is open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we contract to come up. Soften the feet. Slowly come back. And come into child's pose. Now, fun thing with child's pose, if you can let your forehead touch the floor, that can count as a posture that you would use to stimulate the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye chakra, and that's your inner wisdom and intuitiveness, your intuition. But it also feels good in stretching out the body. And slowly we're going to come back up to table. From table, we're going to turn those toes. Down dog, we're going to bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Lengthening through the spine. Long body. Get those snaps, crackles, and pops out. Lengthen through the spine again. Bend the knees, leaning forward and fingertips flat back. Forward fold. And inhale all the way up. And then hands come down. So we finally made it up and everybody's joined in that's joining in today. So I'm going to point to this before we get to our standing postures. Because I keep talking to you about chakras and colors and you're not really sure where they are, what they do. And we'll take all the Sanskrit out of it so it's not confusing. This is the root chakra. It's red. Survival instincts, feeling grounded. The 2nd chakra is the sacral chakra. It's orange, creativity and passion. 3rd chakra is your solar plexus. It's willpower, your self-worth. 4th, and it's yellow. 4th chakra is green. It's your ability to give and receive love unconditionally. 5th is your throat chakra, your ability to communicate and set healthy boundaries. 6th chakra, the 3rd eye chakra, this is your intuition, your inner wisdom. 7th chakra, crown chakra, that's your connection to source. So you kind of see all of them. Oh, this was purple, by the way. Sometimes they say this is indigo or white. It depends on the region that you're studying. But now we're going to do standing poses because we did seated postures that are going to correlate to these. So we're going to come back to the front. And let's do this. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Soft bend those knees, sending that right foot back, grounding the foot. We're going to come up into Warrior 1. So with this Warrior 1, you're really trying to sit the pelvis down towards the floor. You're sinking in. You're reaching up towards the sky, but you have to be very rooted through those feet to come into this posture. You're lifting pelvic floor, but there's also a little bit of a back bend, so that 1st chakra is leading into 2nd. But the nature of the warrior is protecting. It is here. It is solid. It is unmoving. 3, 4, 5. Let those hands slowly come down to the floor. Come to the ball of the foot. Stepping back. Knees, chest, and chin are chaturanga. Maybe you come all the way to the floor. Up dog or cobra. I'm taking it easy in the beginning. And we're going to let the chest come back down. Press to table. From table to down dog. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Bending those knees, looking forward. Stepping forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Inhaling all the way up. Hands come down. Nicely done. We're going to work on that second chakra. And we're going to do that in chair. And chair is going to be a nice opportunity to break up the flow. So we're going to feel grounded through those feet. We're going to slowly bend the knees, send the hips back. Bend the knees, send the hips back. Bend the knees again, send the hips back. But here's that work, right? We tuck. We fill in this lower back. So we're pulling in right here in the sacral area. Lengthen through those arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's your breath? 5. Press down to come up. Hands float down. Check in with the body. Feel grounded through the feet. Let's try the next combo. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding, soft bend the knees, send that right foot back, grounding that right foot. Now from there we're going to cartwheel up into warrior 2. Now we did a posture for the first chakra, that was warrior 1. We did a pose for the second chakra, which was chair. But now we want to get into third chakra, which is going to require a little bit of a twist. So we want to do the prep to it. We're going to do side angle first. So that left elbow comes down, right arm reaches. There's still a lateral movement here in that side body. It's a prep. We're working for that twist. So we hang out here, pushing through that right foot, grounding it to the floor, lengthening through side body. Maybe you look up towards the hand and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly come up. We're going to revolve around. Right elbow comes to left knee, palms come together, rotating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we're going to allow those hands to come to the floor. We're going to come to the ball of right foot. We're going to step back to plank. See if maybe you can do the harder one today. We've been doing it pretty easy in quarantine. Let's see if we can kick it up. Knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. See if you can walk it out. Lengthening through the spine. Right leg comes forward, grounding that back foot. We're going to cartwheel up into warrior 2. Now we're going to let that right elbow come down, left arm comes over. Nice big stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get that twist in. Left elbow comes to the knee. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow those hands to come down. Come to the ball of that left foot as we step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Inhale all the way up. Hands come back down. Release it out. Well done. So we want to start working in the heart, in the upper thoracic. Now, the first pose we did, warrior 1, it counts as a standing back bend. You can open through the chest, but I wanted to have a separate pose that's just specifically for you to remember to open through the chest. And that's the heart. That's the 4th chakra. It's green. So we're going to come back into that warrior 1, but we're going to change the arm movements. So we're going to inhale up. We're going to exhale forward. Fingertips flat back, lengthening through the spine, filling in lower back. Forward fold, soft bend the knees, send that right foot back, grounding the foot. We're going to come up into warrior one. Now, keep in mind, we want to target this area of the body. So we're going to let the left arm come forward because that left leg is forward. We're going to put the right elbow in it and cross. Really lunge. We're going to allow the hands and the elbows to come up towards the sky and lift here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently let those hands come down. Unwind them. Come down to the floor. Come to plank. From plank, knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga. Up for dog or cobra. Downward dog, bending and stretching. Lengthening through the spine, filling in the lower back. Nice full breath. 3, 4, 5. We bend, we look forward. We step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. And release it out. Yay, yes. All right. So we've worked the chest, and now we're going to work on the throat. So with the throat, that's going to be anything where we're looking up or we're compressing down. So we're going to start by just doing head rolls. That's it. I'll turn to face you. It'll be a little easier. So right ear comes to right shoulder. We're going to rotate the chin forward and to the left. But we're going to roll now back to the right. We're not going backwards at all. Not yet. We're going to let that right ear roll, and then the left ear comes to left shoulder. Let's try again. Roll to the other side. Last time, roll to the other side. Back to the center. So here, I want you to put your chin to your chest, hands behind, roll the shoulders back, come forward. 1, 2, keep that chin on your chest. 3, 4, 5. We're going to put those hands on the back body and slowly come up and release. So that shape mimicked plow posture that we would do on the floor. Keep in mind, camel, bow, bridge, those are all the same shape. You just turn your body in space and gravity reacts differently. So we tried to do our plow here without turning it into an inversion. And so that's working the throat. But another one that we can do to work the throat is opening the throat, right? We don't just want to close something off, we want to open it up. So we're going to fall back on that warrior one that we've done. This will be the 3rd time, but change it up again. This time, instead of your arms being open, we want to try to close them and look up towards the sky. Let's see what we can do. Inhaling up, exhaling forward. Fingertips flat back, forward fold. Bend the knees, send that right foot back, grounding that right foot. We're going to come up into the warrior one. Now, with this warrior one, we want to look up at the ceiling. We're not losing control of the neck and just flopping it back. We're just looking towards the ceiling. And we're going to see if we can put the palms of the hands together, opening that throat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We release those hands coming down. And we're going to step back to plank. Knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Up for dog or cobra. Downward dog. Bend and stretch. And let's try that other side. Right leg comes forward, grounding the foot. We're going to come up into a warrior one. Now remember, this time we're still trying to open the throat. So we look up towards the ceiling. We don't let the head flop. We have control, muscular control. And we try to put the hands together. Looking up, bend into that knee. Find your breath here, looking up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We gently release those hands to come down to the floor with some control. Come to the ball of that foot as we step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold, looking at those knees, maybe shake the head no and yes to release the neck. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. And release it out. A lot of work, right? So now we're going to try to move to the 6th and 7th chakra. A little harder. We're going to do that on the floor. So we're going to inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. We're going to step back into a down dog. Bend and stretch here. We're going to put those knees down. We're going to let them be wide. We're going to slowly come back. Right? And we're going to put the third eye on the floor. Child's pose, working the 6th chakra, third eye chakra, intuition, and inner wisdom. Now, you're like, how in the heck are we going to work the top of the head without doing headstand? Now, you can do headstand if you have a headstand practice at home and you're already comfortable with headstand. You can do that. But we're going to do a headstand prep where the head can rest on the floor, relying on the forearms to keep your neck from compressing. So how will that work? What are we going to do? We're going to come back up to table. We're going to put those forearms down. We're going to come into dolphin just to check in with those arms, making sure the shoulders are in a good place where this could even happen. So we just hang out here for a second. We check in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go ahead and put those knees down and shift back into that child's pose, letting those shoulders have a break if they needed it. All right, now we're going to come back up. We're going to put those hands together and the elbows are out, so you can measure them. You can cross those hands, hands touch, then open back up, lace the fingers together. You want to push those wrists down so you have good control of the shoulders. And you're going to let the top of the head be on the floor. And you're going to bring those knees off the floor. So this is all that you're doing. This is it. This is putting some pressure on the top of your head. It's stimulating that 7th chakra, the crown chakra. It's giving you that opportunity to be upside down and to feel that. Those of you who have that practice at home, you can float up, you can hang out, you can come all the way up, maybe. You find your breath, count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you have a little more, maybe you have a little less. And then we're all going to meet. Child's pose, rest it out. And then from here, we want the chest and shoulders to take a little break before we make it to our back. So we're going to come here And we're going to come into a type of up dog just from our table. So we're going to lean the belly forward and just lift the knees up just a bit. See if you can stretch it out. Maybe a little shake here. Put those knees down and see if you can't slowly make it to your bottom. Oh, that was a lot of work, everybody. Good job. I'll put notes in the description to kind of help you remember what these things are. But you can absolutely message me and I'll send you the notes if you want some notes or if you're interested in some more chakra stuff down the road. We're going to pull those knees in, feel that lower back and back body. Release. We have a little work from side to side. I'm going to put the bottoms of those feet flat on the floor. I'm going to windshield wiper those knees. Feel the back. Find your breath. And gently release one leg and then the other. Resting down to the floor. We release the feet, the ankles, the shin and calf. We release the knees, the thighs, the glutes and pelvic belly. We release the lower back and navel, mid back and solar plexus, shoulder blades and heart. Lift those collarbones and lengthen the neck. Soften the face. And here we notice that the breath has become shallow with inactivity. Small, shallow breaths, but using that observation that we've been cultivating. See if it's a short inhale, longer exhale. Then begin to participate and change it where you feel that inhale coming up, back body, exhale coming down, front body. Inhaling up the back body, exhaling down the front body. Inhaling up back body, exhaling down front body, allowing the tissues and the fibers of the body to align. So for those of you at home, you can just continue to lay there on your back if you would like. And for those of you who are trying to maybe come up and sit with me, you're going to move those fingers and toes, and maybe you're going to bend your knees in to the chest, releasing your lower back, feeling that work. Maybe you'll roll to the side and hang out there a little bit. And then hopefully we can all make it up to that comfortable seated position. We make it to that seated position. I know we're all a little different paced here. You allow the head to slowly turn to the right. You allow the head to turn to the left. And back to the center. And let those hands come to the chest. Together in front of the heart, we remind ourselves of all the amazing things we have in our life to be thankful for. We send out love and kindness and compassion to those who need it. End the practice with an Om, if you're comfortable inhaling. Bowing forward in respect, namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. And thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you like that chakra practice. Again, if you have any questions about that, you can message me or put something in the comments below. I can get you some notes. Keep practicing. Keep moving. I feel like we're on the other side of this. And we can meet together in the studio soon. So keep moving, keep smiling. Blessings from my home to yours. Mwah.